So we got some more Xbox Series X news. So I'm going to have to make a little bit of a retraction because I've been saying the past couple videos that Xbox Series X is the worst console name in history. But it turns out that that's not actually going to be the official name of the next generation console. And I kind of predicted it right that Series X implies that there are going to be multiple releases of the same console come next generation. So you're going to have multiple different Xboxes next generation, and Series X implies series of consoles. So I got that right when I made that first video, my reaction to the Series X reveal at the Game Awards. So I kind of had a feeling that it was going to head in that direction. But essentially, the next generation Xbox is just going to be called Xbox. So it's going to share the same name as the original Xbox, because the original Xbox was just called Xbox. So the fourth Xbox generation is also just going to be called Xbox. Yeah, it's very confusing, but that's the way they're headed because they want to release multiple different versions of the same console. So the Xbox One X is actually part of the Series X, from what I gather, because well, first of all, it implies it in the name, Xbox One X and Series X. So you're going to have a sense of forwards compatibility, which I kind of talked about earlier, where Xbox One X games on the Series X will be compatible with the Xbox One X. And I predicted that that was the direction they were headed in. So it will be one of the first consoles to ever implement forwards compatibility, where games are not just backwards compatibility from previous generations, but also from future generations. So that's the way it's headed, and some people may be excited by this. Like, you know, it's a great thing because if you spent $500 on a console 2 years ago, and for a new generation to come and for the most powerful console to be outdated, yeah, I mean, there's got to be a reason. You know, there's got to be an accommodation for people who did spend that money on an Xbox One X. But here's the problem, okay? Let's say 3 or 4 years from now, are all the games still going to work? Like, all the games on the next-gen Xbox going to work on the Xbox One X? Probably not, because at that point, the Xbox One X will be so antiquated technologically that they're going to have to move on, and certain games are going to have to get cut and not be compatible with the Xbox One X, but more recent versions of the Series X line of consoles, if that makes any sense. I know it's very confusing, and I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, but the best comparison, the best point of comparison I can make, and it's to a lesser extreme in the case of the Xbox, but still, the Alienware Alpha, you had these consoles, this recent line of consoles that have come out, where they are consoles that, the Steam machines, where you had the Alienware Alpha, which was the cheapest version, but then, first of all, you had multiple different Alienware Alphas. So you had an i3 Alpha, an i5 Alpha, and an i7 Alpha, and then you've had Steam machines that ran up to $3,000. So you had huge disparities, and there was just, you know, the reason why Steam machines failed so much is because there was no, it tried to be like a console, but it completely missed the fundamental purpose of a console, is that you have that streamlined experience and that there are universal standards across the board where you don't have to worry about games being compatible and if your machine is powerful enough to run certain games. So Microsoft is heading towards a very dangerous direction if they really want to continue maintaining a strong presence in the console market while abandoning key fundamental aspects of what a console is. Then we have a bit of a problem here, and it doesn't seem like this system, again, I don't think this system is going to succeed. And I know some people are still upset about some of the comments I've made recently, but, you know, I'm trying to just call it the way it is. This isn't a good business practice. This is not good for the future of console gaming. And some people may be saying, well, it's time for console gaming to die. But really, at that point, why don't you just get a PC? Literally, you can have all the games, right? And Microsoft's even putting all their games on PC. So if you're a huge Xbox fan, then you're really incentivized to just get a PC at that point. If they're going to charge $600, maybe even more, on a new console, you're better off getting a mid-range PC that will be able to run a lot of these games. And you're also going to be able to browse the internet, upload YouTube videos, do these awesome things, instead of having to have a glorified, an overpowered console running on playing on your television. Like, where's the market for this? Who wants this? Nobody wanted it with the 3DO, the most expensive console to ever come out, back in the mid-90s when they were doing the same thing where you had multiple different versions of the 3DO. You're completely removing what it means to be a console, and you're trying to do this hybrid between PC and console, and it's an interesting concept, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. There's no way that any of these, that they could release 5,000 different consoles. Combined, they're not going to even sell close. They're not even going to sell a quarter as many Xboxes as Sony's going to sell PlayStation 5s. Because Sony understands the market. And Microsoft's been trying to do this for years, right? You've had games for Windows Live 10 years ago. You've had certain other things where they've been trying to integrate console and PC into one unit, and it hasn't worked for them. And they're hoping this time things work out, but I don't think it will. And I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed come next generation when Microsoft fails to bring viable competition to Sony, and Sony just makes all console gamers pretty much their little bitch because there's no competition. So I'm accused lately of being a Sony fanboy, but I want nothing more than real competition. That we haven't had any greater periods in video game history than points in time where you had serious competition. Think about the 4th generation between the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and think recently with the 7th generation between the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I mean, the competition was neck and neck. I mean, it was incredible, and you had so many incredible games as a result of it because you had that competition. But Microsoft is in a very vulnerable position with some of the business moves that they've been making lately. And some people are praising it, saying this is the future of gaming. And it's all about services, Xbox Game Pass, xCloud, and all these different things, and having multiple different consoles to accommodate different types of gamers. But the thing is, you can't accommodate everybody when you have different standards, and you're going to end up actually hurting a lot of the people who end up buying your product. So it's not going to work. It is not going to work. I've been saying lately that it doesn't look like Microsoft's going to be doing so well next generation. I've been saying that for at least over a year, considering a lot of the things they've been doing, and the recent news about Microsoft pretty much confirming this. I've been saying it, but them pretty much confirming this confirms that Microsoft is going to fail next generation, and Sony already won. The PlayStation 5 already won because there's no one else. It's like winning first place in a race and there's no one else running, but you win, but there's no competition. So it's kind of a cheap win, but it's still a win. So that's kind of where it stands right now, and it's very concerning, but that's what it looks like. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the future of the Xbox brand and about what the potential ramifications could be of having multiple different Xboxes that may in the future be outdated, and you don't have those generational standards where if you get a console for 4 or 5, 6 years that you expect every game to run and not have these huge disparities like you do have on PC, where some builds will be able to run some games but other games you can't run. You expect that on PC because it's a free and open platform. When you try to combine console and PC in the way that Microsoft's trying to do, I am not completely convinced that it has any potential to succeed. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.